What's going on, guys? It's Jen from WearTips.com. Here we have a first impression on the Under Armour Spine Clutch, which is a new running shoe from Under Armour that will only be available at Finish Line later this summer. Speaking of Finish Line, I just want to take a second to say thank you very much to the people at Finish Line for sending these over to WearTips.com. We're really excited to performance review them, and we always appreciate it. With that being said, guys, let's get right into it. Here it is, the Under Armour Spine Clutch. The Under Armour Spine Clutch, like I said, is a new running shoe that features proven technology and new technology from Under Armour. The proven technology being the spine chassis system, which is this outsole you see here, which is basically a pylon carrier. Gives you real good flexibility without sacrificing support. So, you know, Under Armour really they didn't want runners to be divided, like, well, I could get a shoe that's flexible or I could get a shoe that's supportive. This shoe is a good combination of both, so it's really the best of both worlds. So you see up close here these little flex groove areas, and then you have the spine going right down the middle. Now this is a second generation spine technology. It's a little bit different from what we've seen previously, you know, which was the first generation. The first generation was a little bit more blocky. The design has changed a little bit. It's a little bit of a cleaner look. It'll be exciting to see how it differs in the performance standpoint, because I did have an Under Armour Spine running shoe with the first generation technology, so it'll be interesting to see. It looks a little bit more refined. It doesn't seem as flexible. That's just my first impression, but we'll see. You know, the shoe is still real flexible, gives you real good range of motion. But here's where the spine technology is really useful. It's a chassis, so it's holding inside the spine a foam midsole. So this is the outsole, but inside here you have a little foam bed, so that is the midsole. That's what your foot is laying on. So the foam that they use here is 4D foam, which is their new foam, which was used on the very critically acclaimed Speedform Apollo. So it'll be interesting to see how that foam holds up. I've heard nothing but great things about it. So out with the old, in with the new, we got the clutch fit technology on the upper, which is very, very interesting. I'm very excited. Under Armour is rolling it out in all of their sports footwear, basketball, football, soccer, baseball, and running as well. So it'll be real interesting to see. I'm really excited. Basically, the definition of clutch fit by way of Under Armour is that it acts like a second skin and activates under pressure. So it's gonna move with your foot. You know, it'll conform, it'll stretch. That's just one of the things that performers really like, to have a real good fit, because that could be the difference between being uncomfortable and not performing well and being comfortable and performing well. So the clutch fit is supposed to give you real superior fit for that extra added comfort. So here's a little up close look at the clutch fit upper. It looks like it's a little bit of a mesh underlay with a synthetic overlay on top, and it's somewhat fused together. This pattern is supposed to, you know, activate under pressure, so when there's applied force, you know, it'll stretch and conform and do whatever your foot does. Basically, it's gonna act like a second skin. And one thing that I really liked that they did here was the pattern is also featured in the Under Armour for a more fluid ride, because if this was just like a little plastic piece, or this didn't have this clutch fit pattern, it wouldn't be as fluid. You know, you might see some stiffness in this area. It won't flex as well as other areas around it. So I really like that they added the pattern in the Under Armour branding. As far as aesthetics are concerned, I think the clutch fit looks real nice. You got that fade design here. I think it looks really cool, just that overall pattern, and I can't wait to, you know, see how it performs. One thing that the clutch fit doesn't have is ventilation. I'm a little bit disappointed in the tongue, because this clutch fit has basically zero ventilation. Inside there's a padding. It's not ventilated at all whatsoever. With that being said, I would have liked to see the tongue be really well ventilated, because heat does ride, and if anything in the shoe needs ventilation, it should be the tongue. While it is a mesh material, there's a material underneath the tongue, you know, kind of blocking heat from escaping. So I would like to see the tongue a little bit more ventilated. So overall, the UA Spine Clutch is a really cool shoe. I can't wait to performance review it. It's got that clutch fit upper, which I'm real interested about. It's gonna act like second skin. It's got that spine technology, which has been proven to be very comfortable and very useful while you're running. I really can't wait to test out this shoe. shoe and experience, you know, 4D foam and clutch fit, which is both kind of new technologies for Under Armour, coupled on top of you know, a spine carrier chassis system. It's gonna be great. So shout out to Finish Line for sending these out to weartesters.com, and I can't wait to performance review them. So that was my first impression on the UA Spine Clutch. Stay tuned for the performance review here on weartesters.com and anything else for your performance needs. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.